up? Welcome back, or if you're new then welcome to my channel. So as you can already tell by the title, today's video is a very exciting one because I picked up a bunch of the new Catrice products that they are releasing for their spring and summer 2018 update, which they do twice a year. I always pick up the new Essence and Catrice products, and I picked up a bunch of new items by Catrice which I thought I would test out in this video. So yeah, that is what today's video is going to be all about. But if you're new to my channel, then first of all, welcome, and I would love it if you would subscribe. The button is right down below. Alright, so let's just go ahead and start testing these products. Alright, so I'm going to start off by moisturizing my lips because I picked up the Catrice lip treatment with shea butter, and this is in the shade Lip Pyjama, but it is basically a clear lip treatment. And this is what that looks like on the inside. So again, it is basically a clear lip treatment, and I'm a huge fan of lip balms and trying out new ones, so of course when I saw that they were releasing a lip treatment, I had to pick it up. It is pretty hard in the pen, but once you warm it up with your fingers, it actually becomes really soft and buttery. There's not really a lot I can say about a lip balm, but so far it does feel really good on my lips. My lips definitely feel very hydrated, so I'm guessing that's a good thing. I'm really curious if it will last a long time on my lips, but so far so good. And then I saw that they also came out with a new primer. This is the light correcting serum primer in the shade Sunlight, so you have to shake it up before you use it. So it basically comes with a little drop applicator like this. So it says liquid primer contains light reflecting pigments for a sun-kissed glow on the skin, like after a wonderful day in the sun. So I love looking very tan, so I definitely wanted to try it out. And I also really love serum primers because they help add hydration to my skin. So let's go ahead and apply this. So I'm just going to apply it directly on my skin like this. I hope I didn't apply too much. Wow, this definitely is very luminizing and it definitely has a tint. I'm going to wash my hands first. Okay, so the primer definitely added a very sun-kissed glow. I think I applied a little bit too much. I also don't think this would work on very pale skin tones, so keep that in mind. But it does look very luminous on my skin, which is what I love. So I am personally really liking it so far. It's just not something that you can wear on its own. You definitely have to apply a foundation on top of it, but so far I really like it. It does have a strong scent to it, so if you're not really a fan of scents, then you might not like this, but I personally like it. It looks pretty good on my skin. Alright, so then I also got a foundation to try, and this is the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. I picked up the shade Sand Beige, which is the darkest one I think, and that really sucks because they only have like 4 or 5 shades, so yeah, their shade range is definitely effed up. But I did want to try it out because I heard a lot of people talk about it. Now this is not new for the spring and summer collection. They did launch this I think last season, but I haven't tried it out and it is pretty new still. So I thought I would give it a try. So this says that it is mattifying and then it looks like a second skin effect. And since I heard a lot of people rave about this, I decided to try it out. So this is what that foundation looks like. And then again you have the drop applicator. So I'm going to apply half of my face with a damp beauty blender and then the other half with a brush and see which one looks better. I think I applied a little bit too much. And I also think it's too light for my skin tone, which is crazy because this is the darkest shade. I mean, come on, Catrice. This is ridiculous. So far it is blending out really nicely with a brush. Just that the shade is a little bit off, but I don't know, maybe it will oxidize a little bit. Alright, so this is what the foundation on half of my face looks like. So this is with the foundation and this is without. I do really like the finish it has. It's not too matte. It is matte, definitely. It is definitely a matte finish, but it's not like a flat matte finish. So I'm not hating it so far. But I'm going to apply the other half with my beauty blender and see what happens. So apply with a beauty blender, you definitely get less coverage, which I mean that is pretty normal. I do think I like this side with the beauty blender a little bit better because it does look more natural. So I'm going to go over the other side with my beauty blender as well. And this is going to pick up any excess product. Okay, so far I am definitely not hating this foundation. It does look pretty nice. It's just that the color is a little bit off, but it did apply very easily, so yeah. And the finish is not too matte, which is something I don't really like a flat matte finish. I'm not about that. but this doesn't really look too flat. So I'm definitely not mad about this foundation. I will have to see how it wears throughout the day, but so far, I don't mind it. Alright, so I don't have a new concealer or powder or bronzer to try, so I'm going to apply it off camera and I'll be right back. So while I was off camera, I also applied my eyebrows. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply some blush. I stumbled upon this limited edition Catrice blush, and this is called the Blush Flush Ombré Blush Palette in the shade Blurred Orange. Now this is what the packaging looks like. It reminded me a lot of the Smashbox palettes, if you know which ones I mean. They definitely stole that packaging. But what really intrigued me is the inside of this blush, because it has this ombre effect, which again reminded me a lot of the Kevyn Aucoin, like ombre highlighters or blushes, or I don't know. But it reminded me a lot of that, so I decided to pick it up. So this is not in their permanent line, it is a limited edition collection, but I thought it looked so pretty that I had to try it out. So I'll grab some here, here, and here, tap it off, then apply it on my cheeks. Alright, so I'm definitely wearing enough blush, that's for sure. The thing is, now that I see it on my cheeks, it looks more pink than orange. So I don't really get why they went for the shade Blurred Orange. It definitely looks more pink than orange. However, it is a very beautiful blush. It adds a nice flush to the cheeks. And the formula is also really soft, so yeah. I definitely really like this, and I also love how you can like customize your blush, pick up a little bit more of the lightest one, the darkest one. So that is something I really like. I did apply way too much, so I'm letting it out with my powder brush. But yeah, I definitely like this blush palette. It is definitely worth the money, and I also really love the packaging. Although it is not very original, I do really love it. Alright, and then we also have a highlighter. These are the Galactic highlighter drops in the shade Spaceshuttle. Now, I have to be honest, this is the only product that I have used before. I already posted a review on this on my blog, so if you're interested in reviews and in-depth swatches and stuff like that, definitely check out my blog, which is always linked down below in the description. But yeah, I picked up these highlighter drops, which again have like a drop applicator. So far I have only tried these underneath my powder, and they didn't really do anything special, so I thought for today I would apply them on top of my powder and see what happens. I'm a little bit scared because I don't really like applying cream or liquid products on top of my powder, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to blend this out using my beauty blender, and I'm going to do one side at a time so that it doesn't dry down. Alright, so they're definitely more noticeable than when I apply them underneath my powder, but for me they're not really like intense enough, if that makes any sense. So if you really like an intense highlight, I think you can definitely skip on this, because I don't know, because it's just way too natural and not intense enough for my liking. So if you're like me, definitely skip on it. But if you like a more natural highlight, you might actually really love this. It applies white, but it blends out like a rose gold shade. So if you like rose gold shades and you like something that is a little bit more natural, then definitely check these out. But if you like a very intense highlight, definitely don't pick these up. I mean, you can see a little bit, but it's nothing crazy, so yeah. So what I'm going to do is apply a powder highlighter on top. I'm going to apply my Jouer highlighter in Citrine, because I need my highlight. I need to glow, and this is not doing it for me. You see, that's what I mean. That's what I need. Alright, so now that we have applied all of our face makeup, I'm going to set that using the Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray, which looks like this. Now it does have a lot of powder on the bottom, so you definitely have to shake this. So this is a lightweight and quick drying spray that can be used for setting makeup, as well as a primer and as refreshment. It improves makeup wear and leaves a dewy glow finish. Now I'm all about that dewy life, so I really hope this won't make me look too greasy. But yeah, let's give this baby a try. Ooh, that spray is definitely aggressive. Alright, so it hasn't really completely dried yet, but so far I can definitely see how it added a luminous effect to my skin. I am definitely glowing. I just hope this won't make my skin look too greasy throughout the day. So I will definitely keep you guys updated on that, but so far my skin looks so healthy and dewy. I love it. You can definitely see it on camera, I think. Look at that. Alright, so then moving on to the eyes. I first have an eyeshadow palette I want to try out, and this is the Fresh Nude Collection eyeshadow palette. So this is what that looks like. Alright, so to set my eyeshadow primer, I'm going to use this shade, which is called Light for some reason. So I'm just going to apply this all over my eyelids. Right, so that definitely is a nice highlight, which is what I was looking for. And then for my transition shade, I'm going to pick up this one. These don't really have any names, but I'm going to pick up this shade. And I'm going to use this as my transition shade. Okay, so as you can see in the pan, these are definitely very powdery and there's a lot of powder kick up in the pan. So keep that in mind. If you don't like that, then don't pick up this eyeshadow palette. Now right off the bat, I can already tell that these shades are definitely ones that you want to build up. They're not very pigmented, but they are really easy to blend because they're not too pigmented. You just really have to build them up. I think I'm going to go for something very natural and soft, although I always say that and I never do. But for today, I would like to keep it a little bit more soft and natural. Yeah, you definitely have to build these up a lot. Like, I have been building it up for quite a while now, and it still looks pretty natural and not very noticeable. So I am going to pick up this darkest shade and try to darken it up a little bit and see what happens. Alright, so that is definitely already better. It is showing up more and I have to build it up less. By the way, this is a Wet n Wild blending brush. It is a really good brush and very affordable as well. Right, so I think I'm going in with this shade to add a little bit of like pinkiness to the look. This is a peachy pink shade and I just want to add it to my crease and see what happens. Oh my god, these are so powdery, I need to sneeze. Okay, so as you can see, these eyeshadows are really powdery. I hope you can see that. This definitely added a little bit of warmth to the look. And then I also picked up the Precious Pigments loose eyeshadow in the shade Eclipse. So I think I'm going to apply this all over my lids. So this is what they look like right here. It's really hard to show you guys, but yeah. Alright, so to apply these, I am going to dampen my brush. I really hope I don't have any fallout. I'm scared because I already did my face makeup. I'm really scared. Oh my god, I have so much fallout. It is very pigmented. There's just not a lot of shimmer in this, which I would have expected from a loose eyeshadow, but I have so much freaking fallout. Do you guys see this? I'm going to blend out the edges. My under eyes are ruined. Okay, I might have to redo my concealer because my under eyes are ruined. They're full of fallout. Right, this went very wrong very quickly. So I'm going to do the other eye as well and then fix my under eyes and I'll be right back. Alright, so to finish my under eyes, I'm going to apply this shade and then blend it out using this shade. And then to highlight my brow bone and inner corners, I'm going to pick up this shade. Ooh, that's a pretty shade. That is the perfect highlighting shade. Right, so then I also picked up a liquid liner and this is the Couture liquid liner in the shade Guns and Rosegold. So this is a glitter liner, which I thought would be so fun to add to this look. So this is what that looks like right here. So I'm just going to apply it. I'm not going to wing it out. I'm just going to apply a small line. Alright, so I definitely like this liner. It is super pretty and I actually also see myself wearing it all over my eyelids. So far I really like this. I just hope it will dry down. When it comes to the eyeshadow palette, it's okay. It's very basic. It was easy to blend out though, but it doesn't really have that much pigment. So yeah, I just think this is a mwah. I wouldn't necessarily totally recommend it, but it's not bad either. And then when it comes to this pigment, skip on it because first of all, it's very messy, so you definitely have to apply it before you apply your face makeup. And I just don't think it is worth all the hassle. It's just a brown eyeshadow. It's not shimmery, there's nothing special about it. So I personally wouldn't recommend these. Yeah, they're just more again. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara and I will be right back again. Alright, so then lastly, moving on to lips, I did pick up one lip item and this is the Matte Lover lipstick pen in the shade Top It with Cinnamon. So this is what that looks like. And then this is a lipstick right here. If you guys know me, you know I love a matte lip and I thought this color looked really pretty and unique, so I wanted to try it out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and apply it on my lips. Okay, so this is what that lipstick looks like. I definitely love how vampy it looks and that it has a gray undertone. I really like it. The formula is also really good. It reminds me a lot of the ColourPop lippy sticks. It has a matte finish, but it is not matte or drying on the lips whatsoever. So yeah, I am definitely a fan of these, and I might pick up more shades because the formula is really good. Alright, so now that we're all done with the makeup, let's go over the products really quickly. And then I will also get back to you in a few hours and show you guys how this makeup wore throughout the day. So first we have the lip treatment, which did keep my lips very moisturized throughout this entire tutorial and video. So far, is there lipstick on my teeth? Yeah. So far I really like this lip treatment. I will have to try it out more and keep it on my lips for a longer period of time, maybe like sleep with it, but so far I really like it. I also love the scent, and there's a lot of product in here. 7 grams is pretty good. And then we have the light correcting serum primer. Again, I really loved this. I loved how sun-kissed and dewy my skin looked and how like light reflecting it is. The only thing is that, first of all, I don't think this would work on very pale skin tones. It is too dark. And secondly, it does have a very strong scent to it, so if you don't like scents, then don't pick this up. But I personally really like it, and I see myself using this all the time, especially when I already have a little tan. This will look amazing. Then we have the HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. So far I really like it on my skin. It did settle into my lines on my forehead a little bit, but I have that with moist foundations. I will just have to see how it wears throughout the day. But yeah, I will be back in a couple of hours to give you guys an update, but so far I really like this foundation. It's just that the shade range is so freaking bad. Like, come on, Catrice, you can do better than that. I get that you don't have enough room in your displays, but you can do so much better than that. Come on. Then we also have the blush palette. Again, I totally love this. This blush is super pretty, and I love that it has an ombre effect so that you can customize your shade. So yeah, again, I really love this. It is limited edition, but if you can get your hands on it, definitely do so. And the packaging is also really fun. Right, next we had the Galactic highlighter drops. I personally think you can skip on these. I'm not a big fan of them. They're not intense enough for me. But again, if you like a more subtle natural highlight, then you might like these. They're just not for me. Then we have the Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. I personally really like it because my skin doesn't look greasy, but it does look very dewy and luminous. So yeah, I am a huge fan of this spray. The spray is a little bit aggressive, so keep that in mind and spray it from a very far distance, as far as your arm can reach. But aside from that, this is a great setting spray. But if you have oily skin, I would be very cautious with it. I'm not sure if I would recommend it with people with oily skin, but if you have combination normal or dry skin, definitely people with dry skin, check this out. Alright, then we had the eyeshadow palette. So this was the Fresh Nude Collection eyeshadow palette. I mean, I like it. It did apply nicely, it blended out nicely, but you do have to build it up because it's not super pigmented. So I'm not really sure if I would recommend it because it is €5. I think there's better eyeshadows out there, although it is not bad whatsoever. And I really like this highlighting shade. It is very pretty. So yeah, I'm not sure. It's not wow, but it's not bad either, so it's in between for me. Then we have the Precious Pigments Loose Eyeshadow. Skip on this. I don't like it. It had a lot of fallout, so if you get it, definitely apply it before your face makeup. But in my opinion, it is just not intense enough. It's not foiled enough. There's barely any shimmer in it. And when I use a pigment, that is what I'm looking for. So this is basically, like it says, a loose eyeshadow, but I don't think it is worth the hassle. Then we had the Couture Liquid Liner, which I freaking love. I want to get more shades of these because it looks so freaking pretty. You can also use it to apply all over your eyelids, so yeah, I definitely like it. It didn't smudge or budge. I did have to reapply it after I applied my mascara, but that's totally fine. I mean, I get that. So yeah, I definitely want to pick up more of these. And then lastly, the lip product. This was the Matte Lover lipstick pen in the shade Top It With Cinnamon. I really love the formula of this. This is a fun color. It's not an everyday color, but I do really like it. It has that beautiful gray undertone that I like. So I do really like the lipstick, and again, I might pick up more shades because the formula is really nice. It reminds me again a lot of the ColourPop lippy sticks. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go about my day, and I will be right back in a couple of hours to give you guys an update on how everything is looking. Okay, so I'm back. It is now 5:47 in the evening, so it's almost 6 o'clock, and I have been wearing this foundation for about 7 hours now. So I'm ready to take off my makeup, but before I do so, I wanted to give you guys a little update. Overall, my makeup is looking pretty good. I do think that the setting spray has a lot to do with that because my skin is definitely looking very glowy. Usually I get very oily around my T-zone, but I'm not extremely oily, which is great. So yeah, I am definitely a huge fan of this foundation. It wears beautifully. I do think I applied a little bit too much, and that's why I think it did settle into my fine lines in my laugh lines, a little bit here in my chin, and then also my forehead. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I have a few lines on my forehead and I did settle into those. But aside from that, my skin looks very nice. So that foundation is great. The setting spray is great as well. The primer so far, I do think I like it, and I think it contributed to the fact that my skin looks glowy. So my makeup also stayed in place, so maybe that is because of this as well. The highlighter drops, I mean, since I applied a highlighter on top of that, I can't really say anything about the lasting power. So yeah, when it comes to the eyeshadows, they're still looking pretty good. I mean, I did apply a primer before I applied my eyeshadow, so maybe that helped as well, but so far they're still looking pretty good. So yeah, the eyeliner is still there as well. It is a little bit less intense than when I first applied it, but it is still there. And then lastly, for the lips, I didn't touch up, I didn't touch my lips, so it definitely rubbed off in the center, which, I mean, it's not a liquid lipstick, so that's totally normal. I think for 6 to 7 hours this still looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm really happy with this formula. So I'm actually going to reapply this lipstick right now. Oh, and then I forgot to mention the blush. The blush is definitely still noticeable. It did fade away a little bit, but it is still noticeable. I still have a little bit of blush on my face, so yeah. So for my little check-in. Alright, so those are my first impressions on the new Catrice items that I picked up from their spring and summer 2018 assortment update. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of their new products. And if there's anything that you want me to try out that I didn't try out in this video, definitely comment that down below. But yeah, if you like this video and if you want me to try out more new products, then definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on my social media, which is linked down below in the description as always. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!